welcome back. Oh, big day today. We're going to talk about self-control. I spoke with my significant other and he said, oh, what are you doing today? And I said, well, I'm going to do a video on self-control. And he said, be honest. He has so much self-control, it's not even funny. I, however, have zero. I have none. There was an experiment that they did, and I forget where it was or whatever, but the gist of it was they took these kids and they put one marshmallow in front of them and said, if you can wait 20 minutes, we're gonna leave the room. When we come back, if you didn't eat the marshmallow, you get 2 marshmallows. And pretty much most of all the kids went ahead and ate the marshmallow rather than waiting for the 2. But the whole point of the experiment really was self-control. And why is it that some people have self-control and others don't? I don't know. I can't tell you. But I did read an interesting article and it talked about snowball versus reserves. And a snowball is someone like my significant other who can say, okay, I'm not going to, I don't know, eat bread, okay, for 3 months. You know, he'll go for a week, and instead of getting weaker, he gets stronger and he builds up more momentum and more tolerance. And so it's easier for someone like him, and it's just the way he's triggered or the way he's designed, I guess, that it snowballs and he becomes stronger, and therefore at the 3-month mark, he doesn't even want bread. Okay, now me, I'm not like that. I have more of a reserve type perspective where I could possibly go for like a week, but once it gets to the week, I'm like jonesing for some bread, and instead of it getting stronger, my desire to not want this particular thing, in this case bread, it gets stronger and more powerful, and I only have so much reserve left in me to fight. So that's the difference. Those are the 2 types of people in the world. Which one are you? I clearly know which one I am. Now, how can you, if you are like me and you cave after a week and it doesn't build momentum and it doesn't feel like you're going to be able to go that long, how can you possibly make that work for you? Well, what I realized in doing more and more research about this, and I have applied it somewhat, is there are triggers. So whenever you feel yourself being triggered, so let's just say in that example at the 1 week mark, I'm starting to really think about bread, and I'm starting to obsess on it now because that's what I do. I think I have a little bit of OCD because when I get excited about something or focused on something, I just can't let it go. It's almost like an OCD thing. So I will now be obsessed with bread, and that's all I'll be thinking about. So what do you do when you feel that notion coming on? You have to redirect the behavior. You have to recognize it and then redirect it. So let's say I really crave bread. Maybe I can do something positive. So instead of thinking about bread, I can distract myself by going shopping, let's say, for an instance, or tending to my garden, or, you know, anything that will distract that thinking. Working on a project, doing some sewing, something like that. Anything that's positive, that'll redirect the focus of what's going on in your brain. And eventually, if you keep doing that over and over and over again, it'll become habit and you'll be able to have more self-control as a result. But you have to recognize the triggers, and that's, you know, sort of the hard part. You know, you just have to really be aware of your behavior. And let's say it's going to the movie theater. And when you go to the movie theater, you eat tons of that buttery, yummy popcorn. I'll be honest, it's the only reason I go to the movie theater, because I am food motivated. So it's really, really hard for me to turn down food. And my significant other, he can turn down anything. He's just really, really good at redirecting his concentration. And it can be done. I guarantee you, you can reach your goals. But you just have to be aware of when you're getting to that point where you're thinking too much about it. Maybe you're bargaining with yourself a little bit. Well, I'll only have like a little tiny slice. You know, this can grow into bigger issues if you're dealing with some sort of addiction in your life. In particular, I can see an alcoholic having these same issues where you think, oh, I'll just have a little, just one glass of wine, like no big deal. And that's where it starts. And then all of a sudden your mindset is, well, I've already had one, I might as well have two. And then it becomes a whole thing that you have to now try to defeat. And what's interesting about that is it will snowball and get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So you got to be really, really careful if you have that personality type that I do. You got to exercise a little self-control. You know what's interesting too is I see this a lot. I was watching Downton Abbey, and there was some episode, some scene, and they were working hard, and they said something about, oh, well, let's have a drink or whatever. And the comment was, yeah, we worked hard today, we deserve it. And I think, my God, I say, oh, I deserve a pretzel, my favorite hot pretzel. I deserve it, I worked hard today. Or I deserve that ice cream cone, I worked hard today. But they really mean that they earned it. Did you do everything on your to-do list? Did you get up and did you work out? Did you do all those things that were on your to-do list? Do you really deserve it? Or is it because you actually woke up and went to work, you feel like you deserve this fabulous treat? No, that's not enough, because you know why? You have to go to work. It's not like you had to put in any effort, and yes, I'm sure your job is challenging. They all are, but this is how we can afford to do anything in life, is we have to work, we have to make money. So something like getting up out of bed is not really a reward, okay? Working out, eating healthy, doing everything you need to do, work on a project you wanted to do, help out a neighbor, help out a friend. You know, those are more legitimate reasons to actually reward yourself than just rolling out of bed. So think about that, focus on that. It's great to exhibit some self-control, and trust me, I have none. And I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress, what can I say? So I hope you are too. Self-control, very, very important, a very valuable trait. If you know someone who has really good self-control, they're good people to be around, because they will help you be accountable. And that's why I do these videos. They make me more accountable for my actions. So let's try it. Let's try some self-control. Good luck with that. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, share with a friend, and enjoy. Have a great day. Bye.